Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, grown man, business. And listen, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. And yeah, man, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's chill mode. You already see the title. Um, yeah. That's what we doing today. Let's talk 757. Let's talk Norfolk, VA, right? Let's talk the turf. Let's talk the home, the homeland, the soil. You feel me? Uh, uh, we done came a long way, my G. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Trust me. You know, so VA as a whole. I mean, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? The outskirts of the 757 is that rural area. You got the mountains. You already know Virginia. It's a Confederate. Yeah, you got the Confederate flag. Soon as you come into the state, especially coming from up north, they want the Yankees. They want everybody from up north to know when you coming down and you break that, when you come across that border, you coming into Confederate, you coming into Virginia. But within the 757, that's us. The 757. You know, Richmond is the capital, but it really feel like Norfolk is the capital. Norfolk is the real capital of Virginia. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where I'm from, Norfolk, Virginia, the 757. You see the chain, I'm sure people know. And I always got the Made in Norfolk apparel on. Salute to my homie A Driver. You already know what it is. That's in the city. That's in the town. If you in the city or you ever in the town of Norfolk, Virginia, you stop by Made of Apparel clothing store. Tap in the A Driver. You feel me? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But you know, that's the land right there. It's Norfolk for me, but it's the whole 757. That's why the chain is 757. I could have went straight Norfolk or Shark City, but no, it's really the 757 because you got Norfolk, you got Bad News, you got Newport, you got Bad News, you got Hampton, you got Chesapeake, you got Suffolk, you got Vibe Beach, you got Cheesetown, Chesapeake. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. In this area, this Tidewater area, is legendary. Yeah. You know, I just want, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I'm just popping what I want to pop today. It's a beautiful day, you know what I'm saying? We out, done made some moves back in the house, and took the rings and stuff off, but we still heavy. We still heavy. The 757 is a legendary area that produces legends. Young legends, old legends, new kings, old kings, past kings, future, all of that. I mean, without even scratching the surface, it's household names that come right up out of Norfolk and right up out of Bad News and right up out of Hampton and all the surrounding areas. Now, mind you, again, like I said, once you get outside of these areas, it's country. It's that other land. But within that 757, that's us and that's me. It's Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? So Grown Man Business TV, was cultivated, was bred out of that soil, right out of that water, that Shark City water, that Tidewater area. Yeah, I'm talking about worldwide recognition in every aspect. Academics, America wouldn't even have been able to make it to the moon if it wasn't for them four little girls. Them four little girls that was mathematicians at that Tidewater area. I think they was from Suffolk or Chesapeake, Cheesetown. I'm sure. Y'all know that, right? Okay. Yeah. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But that's where I'm from, my G. That's what made this. That's what helped shape this. People be like, people like, oh, don't talk about Cali, talk about Virginia. Oh no, don't talk about. See, this is the thing. When it come to like Cali and New York, those are epicenters when it come to America. Those are like, New York and Cali, man. So the imagery has always been painted that way. So everybody's going to talk about them areas. You understand? But it's a bunch of areas just like the 757. That's legendary areas that don't get that much recognition because they not the focus. So it is what it is. But VA, y'all already know. First off, that's you know one of the rappers there killed your favorite rapper. I mean, gave him his only strike, gave him his only mark, gave him his only L, came right up out of Shark City. Salute to Pusha T. Salute to Push Ton. I mean, legends, Al Iverson, Mike Vick, Bruce Smith, Pusha T, the Clips, the Neptunes, Missy Elliott. I mean, these are just at the surface. Sweet Pea Whitaker. These are just guaranteed household names, but it's hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of others that are legendary to this land, to this world, that came right up out of, you know what I'm saying, right up out of Suffolk, Peanut County, or wasn't old boy named made all the peanut butter and stuff with the peanut. George Washington Crawford. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Right up out of Suffolk. That's why we call it Peanut County. So my point is this, you know, one thing we gonna do, and I was gonna do that on my other channel, but I'm gonna keep it grown man business for right now. I got another channel, 757 Shark Food. Salute to everybody that's already subscribed to the channel. I tell everybody, go subscribe to the channel. But right now, Grown Man Business TV is what it is. That's the business. That's the move. So we're going to do it on this channel. And we're going to start recognizing the kings that come up out of this area. Yeah. We're going to recognize the old kings and the new kings. Salute the Av. Salute the Big K. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, we got new kings coming up out that water as well. You know, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap when you scratching the surface. So we got athletes, because it's always deep in the rap. I'm talking about Allen Iverson. Do you know who yeah. It is what it is, and it'll be what legends come up out that water. Grown Man Business TV is on the path of being that. Grown Man Business TV is what it is. We're going to make our staples and we're going to make our mark on this world. However, we're going to make our marks on this world. And you already got to know I'm making a mark on this world. You got to know that. You got to know that. It is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be, my G. But we making our mark on this world. You know, hold on real quick, man, because we're going to do it like this, man. We're going to do it like that. You know, yeah. At the end of the day, man, love is love. Work is work. How many we got in here? Work is work. Damn. Grind is grind, my G. You already know what time it is, man. I got the computer right behind me. Yeah, I got the computer right behind me. Yeah. I got the computer right behind me so I can kind of see exactly what I got going on. When I go live, I gotta do it like this, because I can't even see who's in the room. But salute to everybody and whoever's in the room right now. I can't really see the numbers up there right now. Salute to everybody that's in the room, and salute to whoever's in the room or not in the room, and salute to everybody that's gonna rewatch this. Everybody that's gonna rewatch this. But let's talk about Virginia. See, we're gonna talk about everything we want to talk about. Virginia, listen. Young Kings from out of there, young Dons from out of there. Pharrell Williams. I mean, I could go down the list, bro. I can go down the list of legends that come up out that water. You feel me? Grown Man Business TV is on the track of being one of them legends, already a young king out of that water. After the content, after this is all said and done, you're going to understand that ain't nobody blogging out of the 757 like me. Ain't nobody about the 757 doing it like I'm doing it. Ain't nobody talking like I'm talking. So it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. But I see everybody moving and I see everybody shaking, but no, Grown Man Business at the end of this going to be considered. You already know the content going to speak for itself. The content is always, this is in stone right here. This is in stone. You'll always be able to go back and put an eye on this. And yeah, we coming fresh up out that water. So listen, man, not gonna make this a long one. Salute to everybody that's gonna tap in. We just tapping in and we tapping out. Beautiful Friday. Saturday. I'm sure everybody's making moves and handling business. Yeah, I just got back to the crib. I'm about to put my ring in a few minutes and start moving and shaking some more too. Word, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But just know, this channel, in the direction that it's going, that's where we going. Just know that's where we going. Yeah, we're gonna play around with this and we gonna play around with that and just see what's going on. But this is grown man business, and grown men, we gonna handle it a certain way. We gonna handle this a certain way. We gonna do this one different. Listen, every Everybody's going to work with the children for some reason. Kings don't link with children, my G. Kings link with kings and set the standard for the children. Kings link with other kings and then they set the standard for the children. They don't link with the children, my G. So everybody got to stop thinking that going to see the kids and going to talk to the kids is such a, it's not that ain't what it is. I get everything, but the kids, kings and men don't have to link with the kids, my G. We set the standards for what they supposed to be doing and then they follow suit. That's it. That's it. So this grown man business is what it is. And you know where it was bred at. You know where it came from. It came straight up out that 757. Straight up out that Shark City, Norfolk, VA. Straight up off Little Creek. Straight up off Merrimack. Straight through Granby High School. You already know. Lafayette, Winona. When there wasn't no phones. You got to be in tune with the fabric of the land to know what I'm talking about. Lafayette, Winona, when there won't no cell phones. One of the wildest middle schools in the city. Yeah, right, you know. Lafayette, Ruffin, it was like that. It was like that. Yeah. So this is where it's bred at. This is where it comes from. When y'all come here for that. So we not gonna make this long. We already know. Listen, go rewatch the old video. I just this, fresh videos posted last night. We getting into it. We can take the content. It is what it is. It is what it is. I get to look at the analytics. I see the growth. I see what's happening I see what's going on with the channel. My eyes is on all of it. I got some things lined up, some big moves I'm about to make, some money plays. Listen, it's going down. But I'm watching the algorithm. I'm watching the analytics. Oh, and we growing. And we going up, so don't trip. It is what it is. We gonna keep it exactly what it is. Grown man business. Grown man business, G. Hey, nobody's perfect. It's always room for improvement. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Them boys is, they officially from that, they there and wherever else they at. But don't, that's fresh up out the water. I'm talking about, Bruce Smith, Missy Elliott, that's P-Town. Timberland, P-Town. Yeah, Teddy Riley was down. He from, I guess, New York, but he moved to Virginia. He's basically considered, like, we got legends that come up out that water, my G. Even the new legends, like I said, Big K, salute to Big K, Ave. These battle rap legends, they making they print in the world. They putting their feet down and representing the 757 area where they go the same way. That's why I salute them boys. We gonna get into that because this channel is what it is. And, we gonna give, not even give the flowers. We gonna recognize what just Virginia has contributed to the culture. Everybody, anybody else could do what they want, but what Virginia has brought to this thing. That's why I talk so passionately about it. We heavy on every aspect of the word. I'm talking about cultural legends. I'm not even just talking about kings. I'm talking about cultural icons. Allen Iverson is a cultural icon. The whole China, I'm talking about real China, not Chinatown, but China. Everybody had cornrows and was crossing over like Allen Iverson. So what you got to understand is that, because that's what you got to know, man. We didn't grow up talking about Cali. Hey, that ain't nothing. Nigga talking about, like, don't talk about why. We gonna talk about what we want to talk about, but what you gotta understand is we ain't talking about Cali like it's cool, and we ain't grow up talking about Cali. The only reason why I feel everybody has the right to speak on Cali in New York is because of the indoctrination growing up, what they presented to us with the images. So we always saw movies about Cali, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Jason Lear, all these movies where y'all was getting smoked at the end and all through the movie. Y'all was getting smoked over with. They was blowing y'all boom, 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 doing it. So that's why we speak on it. But when I was growing up, it was Norfolk, Virginia, but we was standing on Shark City. When I was making trips back and forth to New York, I wasn't trying to be like New Yorkers. They loved us because we get the scraps down there. Back in the day, we was with, it's Virginia, baby. We was able to buy shotguns out of Kmart at 18. You could walk into a Kmart and walk out with a shotgun. That's where I'm from. Yeah, so again, this because it's grown man business. I'm gonna listen, even if I feel like what you're saying is some BS. I'm gonna still give an ear to it, unless it's total BS and I don't even need to waste my you know what I'm saying, no energy on it. But for the most part, I'm gonna give you an ear, right? And when they're like, yo, don't talk about. Well, okay, you said talk about Virginia, so that's why let's talk about Virginia. Yeah, let's talk about Virginia and the OGs in Virginia. Now it's wild in VA. It get wild. One thing you gotta understand is you can never stop the violence. The stop the violence whole theory is a lie, is false. You can never stop violence. That's part of human nature, the violence. So it's gonna be things happening. It's gonna be wars and people doing things to each other. But if Virginia had ever got as bad as Cali is, and people started, I mean, it's so bad that the whole nation is starting to take notice. Like, wow, the 757 has gotten that bad. Then OGs is gonna step down on that. Yeah. And then, dude, trust me, I'm already one. But I'm talking about even in the OGs where y'all think y'all know what that is, like Pusher or you know, OGs, AI, Vic, older rich guys, famous celebrities. But I'm talking about the street. I'm talking about the OGs period that you don't know. It's gonna step on that. That's why gangs never was able to break off and be rampant in Virginia the way it was. And like, you know how gangs went into Texas and really took over? Like OG Percy and them boys talk about Crips and 40 Deuce this and Hoover this, all these Cali gangs that's infested they city. I remember it coming to the city. I remember being presented with it. And then the whole discipline thing was explained to me. I knew I would never be a part of it. So it never took hold of our city because it's OGs in the city where I'm from. Where you from, homie? That's a real thing where I'm from. When I was young, you couldn't go out Diggs Park like that. You couldn't just go out Oakleaf Park like that when I was a kid unless you knew somebody. It was never blue and red or no gang. Where you from? You from Youngs Park? You need to know somebody out Youngs Park. You can get smoked out there. It was like that in the city where I'm from. But it's OGs in Youngs Park. It's OGs in every area that can be tapped into. Man, that'd get stomped out. So we talking about Virginia because sometimes people want to say talk about VA. Norfolk, Virginia. For me, I'm from Shark City. Salute to all the young legends, man. It's legends coming out that water. Young Yon, salute them. You know, Cuzzo, Rich Slime, Rail. These real bosses in the city. These real hitters. A Driver, salute my G. We tapped in all over the place. These real hitters and real bosses in the city. When I say hitters, I'm talking about hard, heavy hitters like Barry Bonds, knocking the ball out the park with entrepreneurship. You understand? Businesses, structure. You can make a phone call. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I was asking about. But see, one thing too, what you will understand is what I learned about this thing is for me, and it's different for everybody. But you don't want to be redundant. I'm not going to keep telling y'all who and what and why and where. You understand what I'm saying? If I point it out because I feel the need to say, what's that? That's it. You can rewatch the videos. The content is there. The info is right there. But we not going to stay on Young Dolph like you know what I'm saying, for 30 videos. We're not going to stay on P&B Rock for 30 videos. We going to get a game up and then we going to, it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be here at Grown Man Business TV. But we structuring this for greatness. We structuring this for legendary status. Legendary status up out the city, out the water. I'm from Norfolk, VA with the Granby High School. You heard me? Yeah, they know me with the waves. Everybody know me. It is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. Big dog. So we moving into it like that. Salute to the city. Salute to the whole 7 cities. P-Town, Bad News, Chesapeake, Suffolk, Hampton. Yeah, man, you already know what we doing. Vibe Beach, it's all over, all the way out to the water. Richmond, Tappahannock, Petersburg, Alexandria, all the way up, all the way to the top. We tapped in for real. So, again, like I said, when you listening, I'm gonna take the information, I'm gonna digest it, man. I'm gonna turn lemons to lemonade. Feel me? If I hear you, you could be hating and you could say something hating, and I could take that hate and be like, and make a whole thing with that. And then monetize it with the videos and get money off of that. That's what this do. This not the only stream revenue. This right here is YouTube. It's content creating. They pay for the content. I go and look into my notifications and it be people commenting on videos I did 9 months ago. They be having whole dialogues within these videos I did 9, 10, 12 months ago. So that lets you know that the video is gonna get rewatched and rewatched, and if you gotta, so this just one stream of paper. I'm fresh about that water, my G. 757. They be asking me. You see the chain? I ain't got it up there for a reason. Now you gotta understand too. Yeah, that 757 is etched in the DNA deeper than just an area code. It's attached to me. I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna tell you. It's in my social, a nice little way in my social where you will see it right there. 757 in my social. That's how deep this 757 thing is for me. So when I'm talking about Cali, you gotta understand, do your homework. That's why I say the content right here for you. You go back videos, you go back into the archives. I got videos on New York when New York had turned up with that drill music, and we always watching them young Panamanians and them Jamaicans and all them foreigners in New York and them gangs doing just what they were doing, smoking each other. I got videos on that. Nobody's trying to, hey man, don't talk about what. We're gonna talk about what we want to talk about. And y'all looking real weird over there to me in Cali. And that's the only reason why we talking about it. If I talk about Virginia, is there violence in the city? Yeah. I get calls I get wind of everything. But when it get out of control, I mean, it's already out of control when people getting smoked. But you're gonna have violence. You can't stop violence. So you gotta eat some of those deaths. Like, things that gotta happen sometimes. You need to protect yourself at all times and keep your head on the swivel at all times. That's all. So, man, we're gonna talk about Virginia. Virginia is the land, baby. Virginia is what it is. Virginia it pumps out greatness, legendary status. And the only thing I'm here to say is that, Grown Man Business TV is on pace. Grown Man Business TV. Don't forget the TV is on pace to reach legendary status with this. You got to understand something. Big K, Av, they content creators. My homie A Driver, he merchandise. He's a merchandise. He merchandise and do his thing with the clothes. This right here is just a part of some content, baby. We content creating over here. And I'm not no battle rapper, but when it come to this, it's nobody about the water. I see people doing their interviews. I see people handling their thing. I see that. I like that. But when Grown Man Business taps into that, it is what it is. But we just gonna build the channel up. We just gonna continue to build this channel up. Ain't nobody doing it on this level and this, and I'm still considered a small you. We gonna only go up. Yeah. 757. And I ain't talking about somebody that was going to school and was never involved in anything and, just got a camera and started to talk. I'm not talking anybody from the city that is not hands-on, or hasn't been hands-on. Those guys, we are not in the same league. When I say I'm nothing like these guys, people say, oh, you talk like you talk like, yeah, I say these things because it's like rap. You got hip-hop. But then you got different genres of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You got the mumble rap hip hop. You got the, you got the battle rap hip hop. You got the, articulate hip hop and the smart guys. You got the backpackers. You got different, under this umbrella, you got different genres. So it's the same thing with this content creating. It's different genres of this. You got everybody creating content. You got No. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Q&A is we talking. Listen, hold on. Different genres of this. So we gonna be all talking about the same thing, but then you got people that, you got the geeks that used to be geeks in high school and stuff like that, talking about the same content that I'm talking about. Then you got the real ones that was involved and had their hands on and could give you perspective from both sides of this or this and that, hands on. And then you just got these two, you got different genres. So, when I say we not the same, there's no disrespect. It's more saying we not the same and we can do the comparisons, B. That's why you come on, okay. So, I'm not going to, listen what I'm saying to you. You know, the way Drake tried to make it out to seem like Pusha wasn't one of the ones that was really doing this, and Pusha was, you know, that was all false. That I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what made me lose a lot of respect for Drizzy. I rock with Drizzy, always rocked with his music. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm talking about since day one, like when he was coming out with the mixtapes back in the day. He's definitely special, and he is what he is. But he's no Pusha T. He's no MCs. He's not that. Nah, no cap. Let me give you a story. So I talk about New York, right? And I talk about how I used to move back and forth to New York. So when I was in my early 20s, I was making moves back and forth to New York. I was taking them things from VA where I was getting them for dirt cheap, and I would go to New York and I would make a killing, right? I got in trouble. Case got situated. I got out, you know what I'm saying? Everything got handled. I did what I had to do as far as what my requirements was to not go to jail. But I was on Rikers Island for a little while, and I got out, bonded out, and all good stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody had no co-defendants. Cause was nobody you could, nothing. I did what I supposed to did and held it down. Virginia, right? When I got back to the city, one of my uncles had a club called D. Frazier's out in Norfolk. You know what I mean? Salute to D. Frazier's. You feel me? Salute to anybody in the city that when you watch this back, you're going to remember that club right there on Military Highway called D. Frazier's. And I came back and I was working in a spot. I was working at D. Frazier's. My uncle had, you know, that because my mom was, you know, nobody knew I had got in trouble. I didn't tell anybody, my mom anyway, right? But my uncles knew, and when I got back, my uncle was on me like, yo, you gotta chill, you hot, boy. Like you was tripping. You was on Rikers Island, you was doing this, you was doing that. We ain't even know you was doing it. And he made me work in the club. And Pusha used to come to the club all the time. This is when Pusha had the all black. He had like a matte black, I think it was matte black. It was like a 550 LSCLK Benz or something crazy. You know, this back in the Clips days. And he had this Benz, bro, and he used to come up to my uncle's spot, and I'd be working in there, and he used to eat, you know what I'm saying? My uncle used to be like, yo, and I used to see him, you know what I'm saying? And he would be in there, it might be one person at the bar that, you know, some old person that came in for a drink or something. It would never be anybody in the spot when he would come in. He had that Benz, that black on black Benz. And the city was on fire at this time, my G. The city, you know, downtown Norfolk, it was a club called Entourage. Now, this is all public record. This is all public record, but the thing is this. You never really had nobody real talk about this. You never had nobody that was really outside, because again, there was no smartphones when this was going down, when Pusha was, when all this was happening, and you never had nobody to talk about this, really dig into this or talk about it. That's the real, So when he said it, so it's all that cap. Nah. Club Entourage. Anybody that was in the mix and anybody that was outside at that time doing what they was doing, new Club Entourage in downtown Norfolk, right next to Waterside. It's legendary. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, he used to come to the spot and eat, and I used to be like, man, I used to want to go rap for him. You know what I'm saying? I used to want to go rap for him. And one time, when I really was going to do it, my uncle was like, you know, I told my uncle, he was like, nah. Because, you know, I was going to do it anyway. I was just going to leave the spot. I was going to shoot over there anyway, but I never did it. I always just respected, like, the city, the fabric of the city was tight. It's time to bring that back, though. And that's why that's why I said, let's talk to 757, but I just wanted to address that. Nah, Club Entourage was crazy. Jeezy had, that spot was crazy. We saw public record, you know, his manager was flying to Arizona and then driving the U-Hauls or driving the campers back with all them things in it. You know, pounds of this and that and all that. The city was on fire. And I was outside. I had the white on white. I had the white Infinity G35. Before anybody had it, I had it. The white, I got pictures. I got the footage. I'm gonna post that in my. I'm gonna post it in my community after I leave this live. Had the white the pearl white G35 Infinity with the peanut butter guts. Yeah, moving around the city, and that manager that was bringing all that back to the city. Oh, we all was eating. Everybody was getting money. Everybody was getting money in the city of Norfolk, Virginia, all the way to Bad News, to P-Town, to Cheese Town, to Vi Beach. The reason why Pusha was able capping his rap, not a drop. Why you think Hove do a track with him every time or any time at the drop of a dime? Ain't a liquor cap. That's 757. That's the one thing you gonna understand is we are separate from there. It's a real big separation. One thing you will realize is all your favorite artists came down to Virginia to get some money. I wouldn't care if they was from Brooklyn or New York or Cali. It wouldn't matter. When I was coming up, you came to VA because it was money, and it been money in the city. The city is what it is now. I see little strides of people, trying to bring the city back, and I'm with that. Yeah. It's still a lot of paper in the city. It's growing. So I felt obligated after, because first off, I don't want to talk about Cali, man. I never respected that. I never respected that. The gangs came to Virginia. We opted out of that. It's where you from? Where you from? East Ill Creek, Park Place. I stayed on 38th and Hampton. Yeah, right there by that 7-Eleven. Right in between, right in between the ODU and all that. I lived out there when DMX was big. They was dog fighting at the basketball court right there, and it was wild outside. Virginia, but yeah, Pusha. The only way he was able to smack Drake like he smacked him was because it's real. It's real. It's real. It was no cap. Oh, the city was on fire. It was so much money. I'm talking about, let's go deep into Virginia. Let's go deep into Norfolk in particular, the 757. Norfolk, Virginia has the biggest naval base in the world. Right there. Okay, let me say that one more time for y'all. One more time. Norfolk, Virginia, the 757. VA has the biggest naval base in the world. Okay, and I ain't talking about in the country. I'm talking about on the globe. On the globe. So at that time again, you got a lot of people. It's always people coming into the city getting money. These boat boys, these Navy boys, we call them boat boys. And it's a whole another video when it comes to the boat boys. But they come into the city. Money everywhere. Oh, it was a lot of money, my G. When Pusha was moving and doing those raps and talking that talk, and everything transpired, that's public record. So I ain't gotta tell you if it was cap or not. The city was on fire. His manager got like 30-some years. I'm not sure whatever happened with that. Never dig back into it. I heard some bad things about some things, but that's not, like I said, I'm an OG in the city. You got to understand something. You could never play in the city. I'm a big dog in the city. I came up through the ranks. I went through it all out there. I know what it is. East Little Creek Road, Merrimack, First View, Ocean View, Northside High School, Northside Middle School, Lafayette, Winona Middle School, Granby High School, Park Place, 38th and Hampton, 32nd Street. Yeah. 33rd, all that. And the one thing I do want, the one thing that I know that I do want, that's something that, it's been kind of on my brain on how to kind of figure it out, is to bring the greatness back to the city. When I talk about these topics, it's just to give you a view of what the environment I came up in and how we was raised in VA. That's just that. It's a lot of this out there. It's OGs out there that talk like Charleston White all the time, which is why I never overly reacted to him. Those OGs talk like that, B, in the city. When it was it's a clamp on it, and the youngins. They said, now you listening to the youngins that's coming up out the city, they sound like they from Atlanta. The rappers that come up out the city, they looking like Lil Uzi Vert. They sound like they from Atlanta. They sound like everything but the core of this thing that we had. Yeah. When we was rappers, it's spitters when I was coming up. That's why, the ones that I do get it, they be still rapping. Salute the A Driver. It's like real rap. These youngsters and now it's time for, even with that. That's why I say, even nobody, it's gonna be wild everywhere. But we can get a clamp on that. The city is rich. Oh, the 757 is rich with history. Again, I told you we could step out of rap. What about them four little... America wouldn't have made it to the moon if it wasn't for Norfolk or the 757. America would not have made it to the moon if it wasn't for them four little girls. What's that movie? Somebody tell me in the chat. Y'all already know. That movie of them four little girls were mathematicians straight out of like Chesapeake, Virginia that helped the U.S. get to the moon. It is what it is, my G. The game is the game. And now it's just time for somebody that's real, the real, to say it. Who's saying this? Whatever I talk about, who is, that's why you come here as well. Trust me, it's never too many people in the live stream. Cause my notifications, you gotta know they shadow ban in the channel. You gotta know that when I get to talking, they already know what I'm talking about because they watch these videos. But they know I'm smart enough to articulate it in a way where I can give it to you and it still feel real, but it have not one cuss word in it. They know I can do that. It's not a lot of rappers or bloggers that even do that. That's a talent and a skill in itself. So I just believe that it's time now to bring it about VA. Legendary. Yeah, it's a little wild in the city. It's a little wild in the city, but it's wild everywhere. But the circle, the big ball, listen, we gonna have to get a power, we gonna have to get something. Trust me, it's a big round table that some bosses need to sit at, that's gonna sit at. When it comes to the 757, where Legends is gonna sit at. And right here at Grown Man Business TV, we gonna pace to be at that table. We gonna make this table. We don't need nobody to give us nothing. We done took it all. You know what, Virginia, it's like the first slave state. That's what they say anyway, the first slave state. But we, you know, I do remember seeing cotton fields, but I don't know, man. I'm sure it was slaves there, indentured servants. People wasn't slaves. They was farmers that came over here to farm this land, and they thought that they was, you know, they had farms, and they thought they was, and they got robbed of everything. But that's a whole nother video. Y'all don't really want me, you know, that's the whole nother video. That's something else you will get here at Grown Man Business TV as well. But right now, we talking about the city, baby. Norfolk, Virginia. When you see Grown Man Business, when you wondering and you like, wow, and you getting an earful of this game, just know where it came from. This ain't Cali, my G. We would have been put a stop to that. I don't know, man. And then people, you know, they reaching out to me, and I'm looking at the messages and things like that. I don't post messages. I don't do those things. And I'm like, yo, why do it matter what I say? We looking at it from, this is a national thing. That's how bad it is, obviously, in Cali with the robberies and the killings and all that. Where y'all police chief is saying, hey, he's making statements on live television saying, hey, we can't protect y'all. Don't come to California. We can't protect y'all. Don't come to LA. We can't protect y'all. It's something like the purge out here. You know, if you from that area, then that means you got family out there, stuff like that. I'm from the area. They talking about it's a purge in Norfolk. Then we need to get something done about that. And we would, and it would be something done about that. Mind you, can't stop all violence. But if it's going to be a purge, then we going to put a stamp on that. So maybe, you know, this is what I'm starting to think too. Because again, this is Grown Man Business TV, my G. I'm going to talk about whoever I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about, but I can show you too. The demonstration definitely going to speak louder than these videos, but the content is forever. The content is forever. That's why you make the content. So don't ever get it confused. Don't ever get it confused. Phone calls will get made, my G. Phone calls will get made. Things that, I mean, and you know, if I knew that Norfolk, Virginia Police Department had got $1 billion, you know what I'm saying, grant from the government, then I'd be on top of their neck too. Because y'all just got $1 billion. You think they can't put a stop to the violence in Cali? Cali the police department just got $1 billion grant. $1 billion. That's war funding. You know, you get the information wherever you get it from. And then if I get the information, I'm just gonna give it to y'all. I don't care who, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter who does it or says it first. It matters who does it and says it the realest. It don't matter if you did it first if you ain't do it right. It don't matter if you said it first if you ain't say it right. So again, in Cali, they can stop the violence. They can stop. They can stop the violence. What was good, Swizzy? What it do, my G? If that's Swizzy who I think it is, then that's my boy from East New York. That's somebody that can vouch for the East New York. When I tell you I was going back and forth, I was tapped in. I'm still tapped into the city. I don't just get up here and get to talking to y'all. You see the title, it's Let's Talk 757. But if that's Swizzy who I think it is, that's, come on, baby, this not just talking. And that's why it's the realest. That's why when you hear it, you know what you hearing. That's why real ones go in the DM. It ain't no females, it's real ones, talking about, yo, salute my G. I respect the content. I appreciate the content. Thank you. I got real ones in the DMs talking about, thank you, my G. And listen, I go through them joints. I reach back out. It might take me a few days because it be packed. I don't even be looking at them joints. It be too many of them joints. I don't even be on that page. I'll come back, I check in and out. That's why I made it private, because I don't be checking it enough to be having people on and out. You got the friend request. Now I can see what's going on and I could choose. Salute. Salute, my G's. Norfolk VA right now, and the 757 right now as a whole is not in a wild place. It's not in a place of emergency. You're going to have shootings. You're going to have people fighting. That is what it is. That's animal instinct. That come with being a human. You could never stop the violence. If we on this land together, hey, trust me, we going to war about something. If it's water, if it's these women, if it's whatever it is, if it's currency, money, whatever it is. So it's going to be spats all over the place of violence. But it's in a pretty decent space when it comes to that. Things gonna happen. And when it comes to the music, it's in a pretty decent space too. But I want to take it to the next level. The youngins coming up out the city got to start attaching themselves back to the city and stop attaching themselves to Atlanta. The youngins about the 757 got to start rapping like they from the 757 and stop rapping like they from Atlanta or wherever else they rapping like. We got a whole culture in the city. We never even said trap. That wasn't words we used in the city. Them joints was the spot. What it do? You understand what I'm saying? Like, people what happens is you will see a certain area start thriving, and everybody, for the most part, all the sheep, they start looking at the other sheep that's thriving, and they say, wow, those sheep over there, they doing pretty good, man. Let's emulate that. Let's do it like that so we can get some money too. That's what happens. So Atlanta start booming, and now you got everybody moving back and forth to Atlanta, and now you got these rappers sounding like they from Atlanta and looking like they from Atlanta. And my little homies play little music for me. They always hit me up. And now that we growing, the channel, once everybody seen the channel, like my little homies, GMB, man, let me play my music. Okay, but I gotta edit it. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get like promotion where y'all could, play your music, cause I want to expose to the world. But I'm listening to these music. I'm not playing it cause I gotta edit it, but I'm listening to it on my own, and I'm like, y'all, I don't know. I was way nicer than y'all. It don't matter. I guess y'all don't take it seriously to be nice anymore because y'all sound like y'all all on lean, and y'all sound like Future, and y'all sound like Atlanta. Salute the young Yon. You know what I'm saying? Yon is like a solid representative of when I hear his music, it's a solid representation of the 757, especially Norfolk. He's South Norfolk. I think that's Uptown, my bad. He Uptown, I think, Berkeley and all that. He Uptown, Berkeley and all that. You feel what I'm saying? But the mannerisms and the way he says his phrases and the words he used is the city. It's Norfolk, my G. It's East Little Creek all the way to Berkeley. It's OV all the way to South North, Uptown, Berkeley, and all that, South Norfolk, whatever you want to call. He's the one when it comes to music. When I listen to Av do his battle raps, Av sounds like he's from the city, but he just doing his battle rap. He talk like the way he say his thing straight like that. The way he talk, the mannerisms is the city. Salute to my homie Ab, man. I hear, it's always talks in the barbershop when I go get sliced up. You know what I'm saying? It's always talks in the barbershop about my dog Ab, and I be telling like that, that's my dog. I know, homie. I see good people, and they be like, wow, Ab, they rock with him, and we always have, we gotta do a whole video on Ab. You know what I'm saying? And we got, I'm telling you, I see the image on Ab. Ab is one of the top battle rappers, but he could be like a grimy goods, if that makes sense. I don't want that to go over your head or under your bridge, but like Av, I see Av as a real puncher, right? But then he could like be having like some Neiman Marcus. He could be having like some Louis on or some Gucci. Like he's a hood nigga. Like it's like Biggie was. Let me give you an example. Like Biggie was a hood dude. Like ashy hands all the time, stuff like that, smoking blunts. But they put Versace shades on him. So it's like that. It's like that dude from the hood, that grimy cat. But he made it. Cause you see this Versace shirt with this, and he talking that way. I feel like Av need to. That's what Av need to. The level he need to be on. He got to stop doing battles with like Nike T-shirts and like Champion hoodies or whatever he be wearing, or like the Av shirts. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look like money, my G. You gotta like feel like money. So you gotta take some of that show money that you get from these battles and go hit Neiman's and get your wear all the way where your wear need to be at. I see Av like top, but he is already like lyrically. Nobody touching him. Legend, king out the city. Ain't nobody doing numbers like Av. Ain't nobody did numbers like him or K out the city when it comes. So I'm just giving you different elements of this thing, man. Different elements. It's still a lane for the real, especially coming about 757. It's still a lane for the real. Salute to my homie Think Mega. That's across the water. We could get into that as well. But it's still a lane for the real. So you still gonna have pockets of the real 757, and you can hear him even in Av music when you hear him. Big K, I ain't really heard no music, but anytime he battle rap, I still hear OV in him. I still hear that OV and Cat and Big K when he get into his pockets, when he get them cadence, when he get into his pockets. You know, that Wellin song Big K had back in the day was fire. I was like, yo, he's gonna take off after that. I don't know what happened with that, but when he had that Wellin song, the city, it was fire for the city. Young Kings in this. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm just going in about the city real fast. I'm just really tapped in about the city real fast. And what I'm starting to feel like my position is, because again, I always tell y'all to walk in purpose. When you make it, every day you got to have affirmations. Every day you, as a man, grown man business, you should be thinking like, what do I need to do to be greater than what I am? How can I go further? How can I push myself more and endure? How can I get the endurance up? How can I get more? I'm good where I'm at, and I want to feel what I got now, and I want to celebrate myself, and I'm doing that. Make sure you feel the shit. Don't just put it, don't stack. Feel the success. Feel what you got. Oh, I feel it. Oh, man, I can't wait till they put the water in that pool so I can feel it, right? But then say, how can I get another house like this that I could just rent out to somebody with a pool in it, and I could rent that out for $4,500 a month? Okay, so it's always about getting better. That's why I made that critique on Av, and that's why I'm telling you, like, I think in purpose. So I'm thinking like, you know, I can talk about everything around the world, but how can I extend that to my city? How can I extend that to what's mine? How can I extend that to what I survey, that what I represent? And you know, that's gonna come with this voice that I'm building. That's gonna come with this platform that I'm building. You know, I'ma lock in with a few homies, and I'm gonna figure out how I want to do this thing real quick. I don't want to do it like nobody else. I don't want to sit down with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be no interview, my G. Maybe I just bring my camera and I stand it up, and wherever we stand, I might get with Made in Norfolk and do a quick little interview with him, stand the camera up right in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? And just do it right there, just standing up with the backdrop right there, and ask him questions and pick his brain real fast and get the content like that. I'll figure that out. But the voice is powerful. And I feel like the 757, especially Norfolk and the immediate cities, it's time for that. It's time for that feeling. For Real has been trying. For Real did the Something in the Water festival. It was a big hit. I'm not sure what happened if it didn't work out with the city, because them people, them higher ups and elites, they don't like when we do something and it's not just killing each other. But that's a whole nother video. But if you notice, For Real been trying to bring that feeling back to the city, because For Real know what I'm talking about. For Real was in the city. Now, was For Real hands-on anything? I doubt it. But he was so close to the action. He know what I'm talking about when the city. I used to see For Real Williams and the Neptunes up at ODU. They'll pull up in like trucks, excursions and expeditions and stuff like that, and they would be passing out the clip CD and passing out the CDs. This was the Neptunes, young legends in the city. They would be at ODU. At this time, I was up at ODU too. I would be in Park Place. I had customers. They was smoking. They was doing their thing. I had a few females in this. I was moving around the city, baby. Oh, man. Ask about me, man. They might not know me. I don't know. Grown man, been show them the face. Oh, I know. You, yeah. Trust me. Trust me. For real, know what the city felt like when D. Frazier's was out there by Military Highway and they used to be packed out with all the hustlers in the city, buying out all the bottles in the city. For real, know what it felt like when Broadway be packed out and all the bottles is brought out and we got celebs all in the city. Bro, you think you gonna go up in the Broadway, smoke a celebrity on the floor like that, and we ain't gonna, that's why I was just talking about, but we ain't gonna talk about Cali, because this about VA. So if Pharrell's trying to bring the feeling back, Pharrell's trying to bring it back, but he's doing it on a scale that them white people don't really, they not feeling that. I told you, it's real racist outside of the 757, even within the 757. Though those people, the higher ups and elites, oh, they got their hands in everything. You wouldn't be able to get in tobacco out there. There's certain families that get into tobacco. You wouldn't be able to get too deep into this or that out there because there's certain families that got their hands in. See, that's a whole nother video. You already know here at Grown Man Business TV, I could take you there real fast. But we gonna stay on the richness of VA. For real is trying to bring the city back. For real is trying to bring that feeling back when Entourage was downtown the city, Norfolk, and it was packed. And you were seeing all them big boy cars rolling up and down. What? Entourage Club D. Frazier's. When you got P. Diddy, the Locks, all the stars coming in the city, and they stopping at D. Frazier's. I'm talking about, trust me, I got stories. R&B divas, I was riding and rolling. You already know. I told y'all I had my hand in the industry. I told y'all that, right? I told y'all that I was connected to, I told y'all I'm connected to certain things. I told y'all that, right? Oh, okay. Salute to everybody under the comments under the Breezy picture. Go into the community. Look at the last photo I posted. It's me and Breezy when Breezy was like 15. I've been connected in the city, and D. Frazier's was and Pharrell knows how it felt. And we got enough star power even right now to do it. From any angle that you want to reach in, boxing, rapping, industry, what? Anything. Athletes, entertainers, comedians, what? Any realm of this, we got our hands in it in the 757. We about to take it to another level with this YouTube. So this is what you do. You make sure if you in the 757, you make sure you open your ears, you open your eyes, and you open your pineal gland, and you tap into Grown Man Business TV. If you already in the 757 and you know, if you already in Virginia, you know, you pass the word around about who it is. And we gonna show exactly how we do. Now, get you, this content creating, so we gonna talk about what we wanna talk about. But what you gotta understand is the voice is powerful, it always been, and we gonna make change. We gonna make change. I don't know why everybody think they gotta go up into school and talk to children to make change. Men don't deal with children to make change. We make the change and the children follow suit. Men, kings, we link with other kings. We set the standard and the babies will follow that. So, again, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do this thing organically. Everybody's going to these, talking about what they do with children. I never understood that. I never been that intertwined with kids. I got babies, I love my kids. I know the kids is the future, but the future they gonna live in only gonna be set up by what we leave and make for them. Then they can alter that. They can change that. So everybody talk about the future, the kids. Nah, you deal with men. Men deal with men. Kings deal with kings. And then we set the standard, and then the baby's gonna follow that. So if you're from the city, if you're from anywhere, you're gonna be tapped in, because we tapped in all over the place. We are international. We got people all over that tap in to Grown Man Business in the comments and come into the DMs and let me know that they rocking with us, that they rocking with this. All over this nation of the United States of America, I got people tapped into this. Okay. So if you in the city, if you know what I'm talking about, when you hear these tales and these stories, spread the word, man. Spread the word, man. Who's the big What? That's all I was asking them Cali boys. Who is the big dogs in the city? I need to talk to them. You know, I ain't no homie PNB Rock. You know, I'm not fighting for nobody. I understand, but no, we got to start speaking up, bro. That ain't cool, my G. For y'all think y'all, man, you ever play ball like that? What? We gotta change the narrative that ain't cool, my G. That just somebody in front of a whole bunch of other families and traumatize some children like that and some women and people that's at work. Is you crazy for some change, man? Somebody had, so that's all I was asking them. That's all I was asking them, because the big dog in me gonna be like, yo, who in charge? We need, what's that? What y'all wanna call it, a mob meeting? Whatever you wanna call it. That's what that video evoked from me as a man. So yeah, I reacted like that. I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. But you know what? It's always a lesson in the trauma. It's chaos. Then it comes order. I told y'all this a long time ago. You hearing all these. Trust me, I ain't make these quotes up, but I made them cool again. You ain't hear half these dudes talking about multiple nothing. I ain't saying you can say multiple. I ain't saying you can't say multiple. But all I'm saying is, you can go back and you won't hear even these dudes having long conversations and not saying they need multiple nothing. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. We making a mark, we making our way. But all I was asking them Cali dudes was, who the fuck is in charge, my G? Why can't your OGs get in charge, control of this a little bit? It looked like y'all on fire, man. It looked like something going down over there. If people talking about it, they probably concerned. But that's cool. Because when I talk about this area, when I talk about the 757, you already know what it is. And you know what it is. You know what it's gonna be. We gotta I want to see the city back on top of this thing. Hey, Yon, when you gonna drop that? Yon, when you gonna drop that street gospel 4, my G? Yon, when you gonna drop that street gospel 4, my G? Come on, Yon, when you gonna? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We need that. We need that. Get your feature. Matter of fact, clip this up, y'all, and use it as a skit. Some it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But the 757, we going back to greatness. Y'all drop that street gospel 4, my G. Drop that thing, man. We need that in the city. You ain't never seen the city at its prime like I did. Salute the Music City that used to be on Little Creek Road right there. It was a spot called Music City where you could get your Lucy's from and your music and everything, your blunts, everything right there. Music City right behind Southern Shopping Center. You ain't never seen the city in its prime like me. And when it was in its prime, I was hands-on. I was outside. I was moving around. I did this in real life. So now that y'all know that, see, we can get deep into that because I know the people that come and route me, they like for me to get, I'm going to just get a little deep into that. Nipsey hustle for Cali, right? Nipsey had to be involved. People want to think that Nipsey was just some random crip. Nipsey had to be involved with the crip to become reputable so that his word could mean something. That's why Nipsey joined the gang. Okay, so when people think that he was just supposed to get killed like that because Crips die and homies, that's a lie. Nipsey knew that just like Jesus did. He had to hang amongst the killers. He had to hang amongst the prostitutes. He had to hang amongst the thugs so that he could change the world. That's why Nipsey did that. G&B TV, I went through the ranks. So, RIP to my homie Newt, RIP to a young legend, a young king. East Little Creek, Oceanair Apartments, all that. Salute to my best homie, Charlie Black, that got 89 years, my G. You already know what time it is with me and you, Black. You feel what I'm saying? So I done went through the ranks. It wasn't no gangs where I was from. You had to be hands-on, off the porch, outside. And I was that. Now I am that. I'm just an OG now. So maybe I just got to show y'all a demonstration of what it is. It takes all that for you to become a powerful voice. You cannot have testimony without being first tested. You have to be tested first. Then you can. So I done been tested. I done been sent through the ranks. I did it in Virginia, all the way from middle school to high school. I got out of high school. I got hands-on with those things. I was going back and forth to New York. I got pulled over, caught right in front of the Chinese spot in East New York with a big-ass P89 on my hip, fully loaded. A Taurus in the glove department and another 40 cal Glock on in a car right there and a bag full of bullets with about 2,000 bullets in it. Handcuffed right then and there, put in the paddy wagon, took down to the tombs. If you from New York, you ever heard about the tombs? I've been in there. I've been amongst the killers and the gorillas. No bond. Oh, it was too much ammunition in the car, big dog. I mean, you had a lot of ammunition. You had a lot of artillery. You was fully scrapped, but it was my first offense. And they say, no bond, you got to go up to Rikers Island. And guess where I was at? On Rikers Island. When I got to Rikers Island, they said, yo, you got some brand new sneakers on. You might want to take those off. I said, no, I'm not putting them slippers on, B. I'm gonna make bond, get out of here. Ah, man, they gonna try to take something. Okay, well, I'm going in there with my DCs on. And guess how I came out of Rikers Island? I came out with my DCs and the laces in my DCs and about 30 numbers from dudes in there that found out I was in there with them scrappers and was like, man, when we get out, we need pistols. That's what I did. I went into the woods and came out with a fur and a mink coat. I went into the dungeon. I went into the dungeon and came out of that with a mink coat and a mink hat. Okay? So when I get to talking, my point is saying, all right, let me land this plane. When I get to talking about the city or whatever I want to talk about, the reason why it's respected, whatever. The reason why it's respected is because I'm a big dog in this. The reason why Nipsey word was respected is because he was a big dog in the situation he was in. He wasn't no sucker. He got comfortable and got smoked, but we ain't playing no ball with y'all. Y'all already know I reach forward, but I ain't even gonna do that this live. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So now let's apply that to the city. It's time somebody gotta put that in the play, and we gonna put that into play. Along with talking about everything else, along with pointing out this and that and saying what's going on, who, what, hey, that's along with being the gatekeeper to this culture and saying, hold up, we got to start looking at this stuff. Along with doing all that, we're going to put energy into the city and especially the music scene into the city and get this thing jumping. Hey, listen, on Wednesdays, I think it's Wednesdays or Thursdays, if you were up-and-coming artists, go to the Rose Bar. Over there, what's it, East Little Creek Road over there by the Captain D's? You know what I'm talking about. Right across the street, down the street from Southern Shopping Center and that Walmart right there. The Rose Bar. They got open mic, Flame Barnes, A Driver. They be up there doing their thing. Open mic, and you can win money, and you rapping amongst people that got ears and can put you in position. The city hungry for it. The city hungry. See, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tell y'all what it is. These other trust me, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to figure it out, though, in the city. But these bloggers, it's not just about interviewing somebody. That's where people got it messed up at. It's not just about being able to interview somebody. You got to be able to really know and really engage. We're gonna get the city what he want. We're gonna get the city what he need. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But listen, man, hey, look, I got some more moving to do. I got some more shaking to do. It's a beautiful Saturday. So 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna lock in with y'all a little later. I'm gonna come back live. Until I go back live, check out the old videos. I just posted something today. That's the Bobby Shmurda video. Fire. Got Meek Mill in there, bunny hopping. You ever seen Meek Mill bunny hop? Go check that video. Salute to everybody, you know what I'm saying? This is only content. People get so offended and mad about somebody creating content. But when I listen to this rap music, all we hearing is killing and shooting. So nobody's offended by that. But if I'm just talking without no cursing and no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? People, we gotta bring this up. The city is hungry. Young, we need that street gospel for my G. And then everything else could fall behind that. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, man, you already know what time it is. It's your boy, grown man, business, and listen. You can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing, and we not dressing nothing up. Listen, man, we only giving it to you straight raw, my G. Straight raw. And the city is ready, man. Salute the Lit Visions. He did all my videos. He doing a lot of work in the city, in and out the city. I think he's the next face of like the video producers. out the city. Lit Visions. Go check them up on Instagram and all that. We about to get into the promotions for the everybody that's tapped into the city. I'm about to really get into the promoting and really fine tuning this thing. It's still a little rogue. We still a little wild. Yosemite Sam, we gonna shoot both guns, but I'm a fine tune this thing because we gonna start promoting music from out the city and everywhere else. But 757 first, I'm putting on for the city. I'm putting on for the city as well though. You gotta know everywhere I've ever been in, when I go around, they see that 757. It's tatted all over me. I got Norfolk, everything tatted on me. When they see me and I take they ask questions. This is a prime representative of what come about that water. This is a prime example of what come about that Shark City, Norfolk. Yeah, this is a prime example of what you could be. Trust me, I rolled up and down East Little Creek, West Little Creek, Granby Street, Church Street, Huntersville, Park Place, Young's Park, Oatley Park, Dead Park, Robbers Park. What you want to do? All the way out Portsmouth. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So listen, man, it's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. And listen, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in.